Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my people. I have arrived. Let me open the stuff I need to open in order to do the stream thing. I think we're going to just mostly be doing drawing stuff today, but I'm not 100% certain. Let's start by let's start by starting. The only way to begin is by beginning. What's the the dropout thing? I can't remember. Anyway, hello. Oh, my lights aren't on. I'm like, it's dark in here. You know, sometimes you forget stuff. Honestly, the worst part about streaming to me is having to have lighting. It's just too bright, which is probably because my lights are brighter than my ceiling lights, which means I probably need to like just adjust some stuff, but you know, here we are. And we also need to get my background lights on. Not that they really matter because you like can hardly see them sometimes, but I don't know. I gotta readjust all like everything. There you go. Okay. What are we doing today? I'm glad you asked. No, I mean, step one, I mean, we're basically gonna be going over what we talked about on Wednesday. Which I think, she knows. We want to do 2 new redeems. I could potentially do, I feel like an AAE card thing would be cool. Like have a redeem for that. I also just think like having like, look who's behind me. I really need to start doing more like community interaction and stuff like that. It's like I've networked with a lot of people, but I haven't really gotten like I need to do more just more, you know. It's just like always that sort of thing where it's like I feel like I don't have enough time ever. Not a struggle really, but I mean, you know, collabs is on here. It's on the thing. But like I mean AAE community events is also a thing that probably should be done. This is not like a today list though. These are later. You know, this is something today, and then we just do. I don't know why this there we go. Sean the Pawn. Hello, how are you today? I made myself a milkshake which has protein in it, and it's kind of settled, so here we are. And hopefully the milk isn't expired. It might be slightly. No, it's actually not expired. It's just for some reason seeming like it's going bad already, but here we are. Anyway, how you doing, Sean the Pawn? What's life like? How are you doing? So yeah, I mean, like we could quickly do some redeem things, which would take like virtually no time, because we really just need to do, like, these two would take no time. Armies Against Entropy card, I'm not really sure about as a redeem in general. I think people would think it's cool, like, to, like, be, like, you can have your own Armies Against Entropy card, but I also feel like there's going to be restrictions on it, and I don't know how happy people would be with that. Because, again, it's not like this is exactly named after you, but that might have, like, a reference to you and be exactly, like, the type of card you want. But I would be making the power for it, so. I mean, you could give a suggestion on, like, the vibe of the power, but I don't know exactly how to do that, so. This also feels complicated right now, and I kind of maybe just want to do Armies Against Entropy art. I don't know. Whoever's here, let me know what you're feeling. What do you want? What do you want me to do? You want Armies Against Entropy art, or get these redeemed so you can so you could eventually, you know, get those. Those could eventually be a thing. Redeems? Okay. I was gonna say, unfortunately, it's not really, it doesn't really help YouTube, but I wish there was a way to do that on YouTube. I mean, I guess you have you made a Twitch, right? Yeah. I wonder if there's like a way to do like a bot that lets you do redeems on YouTube. I really should look into that, because I feel like the YouTube audience kind of gets a little bit, you know, a little bit, I'm too lazy to switch right now. No, yeah, you're good. I don't know, it just feels like I kind of wish I could have something on YouTube as well, but here we are. Okay, we'll do redeems. They have XP, but it's only for one stream, and it doesn't even like do anything. It's not like you can get anything. I mean, I suppose I could have like, oh, the person who has first place on stream gets something, you know, the person on first place on YouTube. But like, it also means if you just spam the chat, you could be in first place, which is something I don't want to encourage, you know. If you spam the chat, you can get first place too. Because I'm assuming that's what it measures. I mean, maybe it measures something else, but well, let's see. Place to stand out from the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. Resets every stream, so you can always try again. How to get to the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how. Send live messages, send super chat messages, and super stickers. Ah, you can game the system by spending money on stream. It's pay to win. I guess redeems are kind of pay to win too, because if you pay, you get more channel points. You like send bits. Play to win. Yeah, let's I guess let's all right, hold on. Don't look. Okay, it's fine. I just had a notification. I thought I was about to leak my own DMs. Well, I'm pretty sure the person that's messaging me isn't real. They're like one of those. How many of you on Discord just get random artists trying to sell you stuff? Or is that like just like a problem with being a streamer? Okay, Sean, because you're here. What redeem do you want to do? So we have one. I want to do like so when I'm on Photoshop and I'm like drawing on the wrong layer, I want to have a redeem for that. I also want to have a redeem for saving the project. I feel like I may as well just make that one redeem, like a Photoshop check redeem. I also have a push-up sit-up redeem, which I think would be funny. Funny plus, you know, I think again, that could be combined and just be like, I can do either one. And then the Armies Against Entropy card one, I think would be a good redeem. It's gonna be a little bit trickier because I haven't really figured out exactly how it works yet. But I'll do any of these three. You have a preference. I feel like the AE card is probably the free push-up stream. Okay, let's do that one first. I feel like that one makes the most sense. One of my thoughts for that is rather than just like, I could draw my little character doing push-ups, but I think maybe the better idea, it's definitely never going to be a free push-up stream, but we might have a discounted push-up stream. Let me go to my stream. Streaming. This is under icons. Yeah, these are kind of what the icons look like. So they're a little bit zoomed in. I was thinking that we could. I'm pretty sure I already have like a barbell icon. Props maybe. Yeah, we've got a barbell icon. We could do like literally just do this. We can make this in like 4 seconds. I don't think I need the like little extra lines. Yeah, what are you up to today? Sean Zipon? That's French for Sean the Pon. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Art? Nice. What you drawing? So we can literally just do this. We may as well just reuse art assets that I've made, right? There's no need to reinvent the wheel. We can just go here, and we can pull me up. I think I need a spoon for this. Hard to describe. It's a creature. Creature is good enough. Give me half a second. I've actually been thinking about creatures as well, or at least like, sorry, I'm just gonna mix my drink here. Sorry for the noise. There we go. I was thinking it might be interesting to have other like races in armies. Because we have like humans and we have elves, but we don't really like we could do dwarves and gnomes and like all that kind of stuff, but I'm not super interested in that. And I think it might be like more interesting to do some like unique races, you know? It's a fungi monolith essentially, but I can move and it's from another dimension. Interesting. That sounds kind of cool. But yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? Like a cool like doing something like I don't know, just like more interesting creature sort of like, yeah, like fungi people, which I guess is like a D&D race technically, right? There's like the fungus people. My mycelium or something. That's my eyebrows, not my eyes. Eyes. Eyebrows up or down? Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I was thinking like it'd be cool to have like, you know, like a bug race and like just sort of different creatures, I suppose. Different, like more variety, I guess, is all I'm getting at. I feel like the biggest problem with this is that the composition feels a little weird. I guess this is okay. Or maybe it'd be better to like maybe just maybe I can squeeze this in a bit without it looking too weird. Yeah. Because I want to make the whole thing bigger, but I don't want to like have this like cropped off the edge. Right? Like that looks better. I'm trying to think like if you're, I guess, heads down, right? I was like, what should my head be doing? It should be like straining, right? I guess this should be, I guess that's right. My eyes. Yo, DDP, what's up, dude? I feel like the more I stream, the more I'm kind of like, I'm getting to a point where I'm just acting more like myself. But like I like how I'd act around friends and less how I'd act around strangers. You know what I mean? Getting more comfortable with y'all. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but what are you up today? Up to today, DDP? What you working on? Or not working on? Trying to also be more conversational with people because I find that's like one, I feel like I just don't do it enough when people come on, and two, I know some people just like to get on and lurk, and that's totally fine. If you don't want to answer me, don't, you know. But I find like a lot of time when you jump on someone's stream, you want them to be, you know, like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, like, and actually talk to you. And sometimes I feel like I just get it like too focused on what I'm doing and don't actually ask people how they're doing and what they're up to and give them, you know, chances to talk about their stuff. That's what this should be, you know. 9% of fantasy races are just human combined with creature or human plus attribute exaggerated. So unique species are always cool to see. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, it probably would end up kind of like that. Like, I don't know, some sort of water creature or whatever. But still, I think that would still be fun to do, you know? I have a whole lot of nothing going on today, which is why I can actually catch a Friday stream. Nice. Both nice and, you know, yeah. I don't know if I'm sorry or if I'm happy that you're here, you know. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. or humus attribute exaggerated, so unique species are always cool. Oh yeah, I read that. Oh, he's sorry. You said yeah. No, I went through. I may have not read it, but at first, but I saw it. I got you. Oh, did this save or is it doing? Yeah, the latency should be lower than it used to be, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, we're gonna start the stream by just getting some of these redeems quickly made, and then we're going to probably work on some armies cards if we have time. Last time I was like, oh, this thing shouldn't take that long, and then I ended up making night beats. Night beats. I think it turned out pretty cool, but it also took me way longer than I thought it would. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. Yeah. Whoa.
TTFFDDP just subscribed with Prime.
Oh.
Almost forgot the Beatle.
Beatle. Look at that. Look you go. Got your old beetle. I thank you. First of all, thank you for the sub. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. For some reason, like when I read it before it said it out loud, I read it as battle. I'm like, wait, are we battling? What's happening? But yeah, thank you for the sub. That is always appreciated. Helps me to keep doing this stuff. A little bit of might need to go toward keeping this going. Been a struggle with that lately. Mostly like, well, I was gonna say partly monetarily because my I don't know if all of you heard it, but I had to kick out my roommate. So monetarily that sucks, but also mentally I've been kind of struggling. There you go. Unsatisfied, yo. Oh yeah, look at you guys, both clippying. What's up, Unsatisfied? How you doing? What am I doing? Oh right. Streaming. Stream icons. This one is push up plus shut up. Even though it's just like a barbell, but I think everyone will get the idea. You can't have slashes in file names. Come on, guys. Clippy Empire grows. I still need to like actually watch the video about that. I know it's like it's basically what? It's basically like the stop killing games movement, but for non-game programs, right? Am I wrong in thinking about that? Am I crazy? I'm not fully privy to the whatchamajiggy, the clippy movement. Like all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Wait, okay, so now we need to export this in a bunch of different File formats. For Matt. Who's Matt? Why is it for him? Oh, my brain is moving at about zero. It's moving at 0. No speed at all. I don't know why I have to like export these separately. Whereas like the emotes, you can just export as one size and then it rescales it for you on Twitch. It's kind of a hassle. Anyway, what's up with you, Unsatisfied? How's your day going? What are you up to? Tell me something interesting. Just putting you on the spot. Idea: redeem to change profile picture of your channel to anything you want for 24 hours. Honestly, I feel like it would be more than that. Well, I didn't think about that. Because I can see that kind of thing. I see a lot of that kind of stuff more like a you know, like a react punishment sort of stream, like you laugh, you lose kind of thing. See that a lot. My problem with that, for Twitch, it wouldn't be so much of a big deal, but for YouTube, it's like the brand kind of matters a lot more. Whereas like Twitch, it's kind of like whatever. I don't know. Interesting thought. I like the idea. Really expensive. Like, yeah, you can make it a boatload. I'll keep it in mind. I'm gonna probably get these 3 done for now, and then after that we can. These ones are ones that like I've been meaning to do for a while, and so like I'll probably get these done, and then we can think up some more later. Although I also don't know if I want to have like too many redeems, because I think part of the problem, like, you get to a certain number of redeems and then they stop meaning anything, you know? Like you have like 80 redeems and you're like, what are you doing? You know? Like what do all these buttons do? Also, why is wait, sorry. But yeah, maybe just one stream. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. Although it feels like a lot, like doing it a lot would also, I don't know. I feel like it may be more of like a fun stream idea where you do that kind of like a challenge, and then you do have like punishments that I have to like do. Like, you know, the like typical like, oh, you have to tweet something on my Twitter and blah, blah, blah. But like we could do something like that where it's like some sort of competition or something. I could see that. I don't know how that would work, but it could be interesting. I'm not like big enough to have that many people do that though, although the art stream ended up being pretty big, so I don't know. Why are Friday streams so late? They are late because I try to have everything offset. Mostly so everyone can potentially get a chance to join. Because I feel like, hey, look, it's me. I feel like the problem with doing how do I do this? Give me a second. Community. Activity. No, not activity. This, no. Followerlet, no. Oh god. Where is it? Content, no. No. Rewards, here it is. How do I do this one? Okay. Yeah, I try to have them staggered so that like everyone who is in like different time zones or whatever can actually get like on the stream and actually see it. So that's why Friday ones are late. I just saw you streaming at 1 a.m. and just clicked. Yeah. Yep, that's the goal. It's just so like, because like this is only 7:30 for me, so it's usually a good time for people in like America to actually join. You know, whereas like my other streams are like you have to be, you're probably working while while I'm streaming if you're in America, right? But then everyone in like Europe or whatever has, it's much easier to watch. Yo, Anonymous, what are you doing? What's up? How's life? Speaking of areas that's late, you know? Speaking of late time zones, how's life? Me and Anonymous are probably going to do a collab stream coming up. We're going to probably just do some playtesting. Nothing too crazy, but Anonymous also streams if you guys didn't know. Does some cool art stuff. I heckled him about his audio yesterday. Was that yesterday? But yeah. Let's do this. What's the equivalent amount of push-up or equivalent push-up to sit-up ratio? What do you think an equal difficulty is for, if you can do, for every 5 push-ups, how many sit-ups could you do? That's the question. I want to say like 25, but that might be too many. Also, is it one word? I don't know. Pretty good, man. Yeah, looking forward to the playtest. Yeah, it'll be cool. I was gonna say it's a dash, right? Push dash up. Hit dash up. I just don't think having separate redeems for this really matters. Yeah, I did 25, which is maybe too many. But whatever. We got to figure out how much. First of all, I don't think I want this to be too expensive, but I also think I'm going to give it a cooldown. Like, you can only do it every, like, 30 minutes. Or, alternatively, we could make it so each person gets 1 per stream, you know? Or there's a limited amount that can be, yeah, like any of the cooldown or limits I think are over on the side now. There you go. I'm trying to think of what kind of limitation we do on this. Because ideally, I think I'm gonna do like I choose. Just choose look weird. Let's do 250. And then it will have a cooldown of, let's just do a cooldown of 30 minutes for now. And then we can go to here. No alerts. I need to like change my alert settings, but I also need to do like better like subscriber badges and stuff like that. That's something I need to do at some point. We want to do panel points. We want to add one. This is going to be for, let's just go to full screen. It'll be easier if you get, it doesn't help at all. Whatever, fine. It's specifically for push-ups / sit-ups. Whatever, that's fine. And we want to show upload file. This one. There we go. Okay, in theory, you can make me do push-ups now. Yep. Who didn't see that one coming? Gotta see if it works, of course. Now, here's the question. Okay. I've decided that I get to choose, and we'll start with setup or push-ups. Hold on. That's not going to be a great view, huh? That's as good as you're going to get. You can see all the cat fluff and stuff on the floor. All right, here we go. Is that even in frame? Yeah. Okay. We did it. Mission accomplished. All right. Now that we did that, we can move on to the next one. Okay. New. There we go. I'm gonna get strong. I mean, in theory, if it's every 30 minutes and I go for like 3 to 5 hours, I'll get a good number of sit or like whatever's in, you know? Although, of course, like people don't always redeem, so it'll be varied, but we can play around with it. The price and whatnot. All right, we did that. Let me put my cup away here. For some reason I have a pet peeve of like leaving like used plates and like cups. I also probably should, oh no. Like for some reason I just can't stand like used food plates on my or like cups or whatever on my desk. Just like get out of there. Okay. We can do, I guess we could just do the layer check / save file one, because that one's, we'll just get them all done. We're just gonna keep plugging away. I think what I want to do, hydrate. Will do. Thank you. Cheers. So the layer icon is like just a square. Like we can make this bigger. It's literally just a square with a plus in the middle of it. And then the save icon is a floppy disk, which do people still use this floppy disk as a save icon? Also, how many of you have ever used a floppy disk? We can determine the age of the viewership. Used it? Nice. I used to have a old DOS computer that we'd play like Castle and stuff on. Anyone remembers those games? Castle and like Jump Jet and that's pretty much it. There's not many games that run on a DOS computer. I guess there's like, I don't know. Although that used the floppy disks, like the really big ones. Like, well, not the really big ones, but the medium-sized ones. Like these got like the orange one here. But I also use these, obviously. Use it for a little when I was really young. Yeah. We used them in like high school. Like to transfer like what's it called? You know, like school papers and stuff. Just like simple stuff like that. Transfer from like one computer to another. But they were basically being phased out by USB drives at that point. But it is funny, it's still the icon. Like, I think they tried to like change it to like this, like a CD at some point, but now it's just like, it doesn't even make sense to be. I mean, it's never really used as an icon anymore, right? Like you just have like, it just says save. Like it doesn't need an icon anymore. For some reason it's got like a corner taken out of it. And of course we got the part where it's like metal here. I guess it comes like this. Who knows when you're gonna need an art of a floppy disk too, you know? This kind of just goes like a so. Well, it's more centered than that. Well, not necessarily. That's about right. Yeah, sometimes these stream improvements streams aren't like the most interesting. But hopefully they're, you know, it's something, you know. Hopefully, not entirely uninteresting. But more centered. This is where the label goes. Google Docs save is a cloud, apparently. Yeah, but I've never ever saved in Google Docs because it's like it just does it. You don't even need to hit the save button. But that does make sense, right? Like it's cloud storage, right? So it's like, why would that would make sense as an icon. But yeah. Lately I've been just really trying to figure out what I'm doing content wise. My next video is going to be my how to play video for Armies Against Entropy. But I'm like, what do I do after that? Because like, and I've tried different things and they've, you know, worked to varying levels of success. Part of me feels like I just need to like keep being consistent about stuff, but it's hard to like make a lot of the videos I make because they take so much time. I think I've asked this before on stream, but what are y'all's, if you've watched my videos, what is your favorite video of mine? If you have one. I would love to know. I'm kind of trying to figure out what I'm even doing, you know? That's probably been my like I've been like been kind of like not debilitating, but like it's been really kind of rough to like figure out what I'm doing. Mad Lib Magic System video. What do you like about it? Just like the style of it, or just like the contents, or what exactly makes you like it, you know? Trying to decide if I want to put the Photoshop icon in here, but I don't know if I do, if I need to. I feel like this just kind of works. Do this. Because like part of me is like wondering if like the tabletop role-playing game stuff just performs better, because a lot of those have done better, but they're also older videos, right? Although I don't think the Mad Lib Magic System one necessarily did like super well. I like that one too, though. I thought that one was a good one. But like my videos, I think have a pretty like unique style, and I've been playing around with the style a little bit. I really need to get stuff out faster. If you guys like, you know, like the trading card game stuff, right? Is the 6th highest performing video. Yeah, I mean, like that's not bad, right? Something I find very interesting is this guy. This is the Mythic Guardians guy. He does YouTube videos as well. I need like a better way to show this. No, none of these work better. Let's do this. If you like trading card game stuff, his stuff is cool. It's it's really interesting to see his channel because he's been posting not for very long, only a month. He's gotten out 10 videos, which I find kind of crazy. In a month, which is a lot. Like, he's really cranking these out. Granted, most of his videos are like, you know, like talking head sort of thing, right? He's just talking to camera. But they have decent, like pretty decent views, but they're very consistent in how they're made, right? And I think that's like something that's like I'm struggling with, and like coming out with stuff consistently. Thumbnails are great. He does a really good job on thumbnails, but he's already got 740 subscribers. He's doing really good with it, right? And it just makes me think, you know, it's like, what am I doing? Because in theory, I'm doing this full time, but I'm unable to like crank out videos. And I don't know if that is mental, like if it's me not being able to crank stuff out, or is it or am I just doing too much, right? Like, personally, does he have a team? I don't, oh wait, sorry. Chaos Galaxy is how I got in TCG content. Yeah, I mean, he's another huge one, right? Personally, doesn't he have or does he have a team? I don't think so. I think it's just him, but I could be wrong. He could have an editor, but I don't think he does. He's really cranking him out, which makes me feel like I need to step up my game, you know? But then again, my content is like super visual effects heavy, right? Like, I'm animating. Like, if you look at like it's almost more comparable to compare me to someone like, you know, early like Jaden animation kind of stuff, right? Because I'm doing like little, you know, or someone like that. She's probably, you know, she's actually an animator and does like actual better stuff than I do. But my little like guy talking and stuff like that, it's like more like an animated short with other stuff thrown in there, right? And I'm doing like motion graphics and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking through it because I don't know, because I kind of need to. Because I'm constantly having this struggle about it. But yeah, I think do you have video ideas you aren't doing, or is it making videos just not your focus? It is working on the videos takes so much damn time and energy, both, right? You do have a more heavily edited style, so it makes sense that it takes longer. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, my videos are very, very edited, right? Like, I could just do a talking camera, go, and this is like, you know, what I did for this, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, and then have like a graphic show up every like 2 minutes, and then have like, you know, an 8-minute video, and I show like graphics on the screen, like, I don't know, you know, like for a third of the video. But right now it's like 90% graphics and like 10% my face, right? So it's like, do I sacrifice the quality of the editing for Like quantity over quality, right? Because I think honestly, it's probably the right move, but I'm kind of stubborn about it. Yeah, find a way of making them easier to produce if it's stopping you from doing any. I mean, I'm doing it. It just takes so freaking long. Like making a video easily is like, you know, let's just show you. Which is what I tried to do with the how to make a board game in 24 hours video. My was my last one? Yeah, my last video. God, it's almost been like 2 months probably since then, which just hurts me to even think about. I think part of it is mental. Part of it is like I try to work on stuff and I can only get so much done, and then I'm just like done for. But here is what my time, like a timeline of one of my videos looks like, right? This is the one I'm currently working on. And of course, I've got a lot of graphics, right? Like I'm doing, I had to like make all this, right? But if you look down here at the bottom, these are all the audio clips. Typically, each one of the video clips, which is the ones above here, right? These ones selected in white here. Those on average are about 4 seconds long. I have about 16 minutes of audio, which is about 317 clips, which is about like the amount of video I need to audio ratio. If just rough math, I need about 300 clips for this. Whereas, yeah, I could just talk and then just, you know, have that be like a good portion of what I'm doing. But as it stands, you know, it can take me like anywhere from like 10 minutes to half an hour to make a single clip, and I have to make 300 clips, right? Let's say like I do 300 clips, it takes me 20 minutes per clip. Divide that by wait. Yeah, divide that by like what, 20 by 60. Wait. Which is 100, and then yeah. What, 100? Yeah, so 100 hours to do, which is, that can't be right. Well, 100 hours, right, is like 2 weeks of work, right? Right? All right. Yeah. But that's like constant work, and I do stream and I do a bunch of other stuff, so it's just like, and I'm making the game at the same time, and it's just like so much work. The math I probably just did is not quite right, but it basically can take up to 2 weeks to like just even do this part, right? Which is the bulk of it. But I also have to write the script and record the audio and then polish and do audio on top of that. So it's just like, it can take me like a month or two to just make a video right now. And I'm trying to increase that speed. This one I'm kind of not, like this latest video, because I feel like just the how to play video is kind of important. But I think like a lot of my content needs to be, I don't know. It's kind of hard to know whether I should just keep plugging away or if I should try and just make something simpler, you know? So that's me rambling. I feel like I'm doing that too much lately. But late response, but I think my favorite is the bridge one. That's good, because like honestly, my worry with the bridge video was that it was like kind of hard to explain if you didn't, or like hard to understand if you didn't know the game. But that does, I do like the bridge one as well. I think the bridge one was good. I I don't know, like I feel like my videos, I like the style of them, and I feel proud of them, but I also think it's like I'm probably not making them fast enough. So it's like kind of hard to say if I'm doing the right thing or not. You know, does that make sense? Well, the interactions with the animated you keeps it entertaining even when having technical talks. Yeah, I need to keep doing that because I feel like those are fun. Which is maybe what I should really lean into rather than just like the graphics side of things, right? Because a lot of it's just like sometimes I feel like I should do motion graphics and have like, you know, the spinning cards and all that kind of stuff. Whereas probably what's more important is and it's not even probably, it's definitely what's more important is the entertainment value of it. Why is this not saving in the folder it's supposed to be saving into? I think it's my fault, but it's fine. But yeah. I think if I can make it entertaining, it doesn't matter, really almost matter what the content is, in a sense, you know? But also like figuring out how to like, there's just so much to think about when it comes to YouTube videos. This is the wrong folder. Like, you know, thumbnails and icons. You can make like a really great video and then just, you know, you do the slightly wrong thumbnail and whatever, and then it just doesn't turn out, you know? Just like, which means I really just need to be making stuff more quickly and like less effort content, which will make me feel less like less what's the word, like attached to like how well it turns out, and then that way I can just kind of keep producing stuff, you know? I don't know, these are just my internal struggles lately. I think part of it too is like, I don't know, I'm just doing like all myself, right? Like this is just, it's all me. And I think that is also difficult. Like just doing everything myself, you know? It's kind of a struggle. You could have longer, more anime videos less frequently, or shorter, less anime videos more frequently. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the options, right? I'm trying to like find the balance of that, right? Like I'm trying to like make the animated stuff, like I probably need to do a better job of like templating stuff and that kind of thing. That way I don't have to like reinvent the wheel every time. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do with my little animated guy. Like I've built like a whole After Effects file where I can just press a few buttons and it changes his pose rather than like hand animating everything. So yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing. And I'm not, oh wait, sorry, I haven't been, we're in an ad. I'm sorry. Let's take a quick break. Ever wanted to make a board game but felt completely overwhelmed by how much work it takes, designing every card, every rule, every little piece, only to realize it doesn't work and you have to go back and redo it all from scratch? Well, today I'm going to show you how to skip through all that frustration and walk you through how I make a board game from scratch fast. And not only fast, I'm talking about a fully working prototype, multiple playtests, and actual revisions all under 24 hours. And I know this might sound like a bit of an exaggeration, but I can tell you it's truly that easy because I've done it myself. twice. Between two 24-hour board game challenges and a bunch of other projects, I've learned how to make board games and do it quickly. So if you've got an idea and a single day to spare, let me show you how to bring your game to life. And stick around because I think some of these tips might just change the way you make games. To start, let's talk brainstorming. Maybe you've got an idea, maybe you don't. Either way, I recommend starting with brainstorming. Just write down anything that comes to mind. For me, usually I start with a core concept, something I'm trying to achieve. In the case of my two 24-hour game challenges, I started with a theme. Partly because that's what the challenge required, but honestly, it's a great jumping off point if you're just starting from scratch. That core concept can be anything, narrative, mechanic, or just a vibe you're going for. The most important thing is to get the ideas flowing. Write down everything, even the bad ideas. You never know which ones might evolve into something useful. Don't be afraid to borrow inspiration either. Pull ideas from your favorite board games, but also video games, books, movies, whatever inspires you. Sometimes adapting ideas from outside the tabletop scene can lead to something truly unique. But say nothing's coming to you, then talk to a friend, bounce ideas around. That back and forth can spark concepts you'd never come up with alone. You're a nerd and don't have friends? No problem. Using an AI or something like ChatGPT can actually be super useful for ideation. Sure, most of the ideas probably shouldn't be taken directly, but it can still help get the ideas flowing like talking to a friend. Once you've got your list, it's time to refine. Pick your best ideas, cut the rest. Look at them through the lens of what makes the best minimum viable product. If something feels too big or complicated for your first prototype, cut it. You can always add it back later if you have time. I decided to do this exact thing for my corruption mechanic with Blighted Blackridge. It was too big of a scope and I decided to cut it from the 24-hour version. However, I decided to add it back in after when I had more time. So you've got your ideas and now you're ready to actually make the game. Start by taking those ideas and plugging them into a spreadsheet. Personally, I recommend Google Sheets for this step. For one, it makes collaborations super easy. If you're working with friends, they can just jump in and help. And for two, well, we'll get to that in a second. From there, design your game in sheets, separating each element into columns. For instance, card names, card types, effects, indicators, etc. Sorry about that.
Now here's where
I basically missed that ad. Missed that it was there. But yeah, no, basically, yeah, exactly what you said, Sean. I could do less videos or like less animated videos, but more frequently or whatever. It's literally what you said. For some reason, my brain just can't process that right now. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know what the right move is anymore, you know? I think I'm like reaching like very legit burnout on that. Which kind of sucks, but that not work. I'm trying my best to be positive about it. Just kind of hard, you know? This one will be cheap, maybe 100. No cooldown. Save. But yeah, I don't know what y'all think about that. Like, I mean, obviously you guys are people who come to the stream, so you can kind of get content from me whenever. But there are a lot of people who, you know, don't do the stream thing, so they're not getting Beats content, you know? So hard to say. Do I have like literally 3 of these open? Wait. I don't know anymore. But yeah, it's it is what it is. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta go in here. I gotta go to alerts. Gotta add a thing. We can add channel points. New variant. Oops, no one. Wait. Oh, this is not what I wanted. I did the wrong thing. New variant. I don't know what I just called this thing. There we go. And then we do specifically that one, and we do the visuals, and then we upload it, and then we upload this picture, and then we hit save on the picture, and then we you could start an easy to make short series, give more content to fans, and be good for you. Yeah, part of me wonders if that would be like basically what, you know, Chaos Galaxy is doing, or what's his new one, Evoverse or whatever, or like what Mythic Guardians guy is doing, right? Like something easier to produce like that. I don't, the thing with those is like that's never, not never, that sounds rude. I don't think that would get viral, but I think like you usually don't have a viral video come out of that, which is maybe like not the point, because really the biggest thing I need to do is get a following. Viral videos test. Sup dingus? How you doing, dude? Just realized I can test whenever I damn well please. It's true. I did start the video off, or the stream off, with a test. If it makes you feel any better, but on YouTube I had to do a test because I thought I activated the thing wrong. All right, we have a new redeem. It is done. 2 new redeems, in fact. There you go. Perfect. I'm gonna refund it to you, but thank you for testing it for me. There you go, refunded. Push-ups. Oh, we got we had it in the bag there. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I do this like every time, because I don't really have a camera that's gonna like perfectly do this. Like I can use the Luna camera, but it's like not really great, but it'll be good enough. Pretty sit-ups this time. Ugh. I feel like I lost count. Crap. 15, I think. 16, 17. I feel like 25 might be too many, but maybe not. Ugh. I lost count yet again. I think we're like 2 more. We did it. I also don't know if you really need to see me do it, but you know, here we are. Ooh, sweating. Hot out here. I feel like I might change that to a lower number. Not that it's like that difficult, but like I feel like 25 just takes too much time. I feel like it's something good to just be like, I can solo do 30 sets of sit-ups, so it's 25 per. You're doing 150 sit-ups just for me. Oh no, it's a 30-minute cooldown. So you can only do it every 30 minutes. Is the thing, the redeem. At some point, I'm sure I'll do something like... Oh, come on, why does he take away all our fun? Because I don't want to die. I probably will do it at some point where it's like... Maybe we'll do... I don't know, it's like a workout stream, like a thing. You guys could like... I'll make it slightly more expensive and take away the cooldown. But I don't know if that's like actually fun at that point. But I'm not doing 750 sit-ups. You know what I mean? I don't know how most people do that, but I know other people have redeems like that. Okay. What are we doing? We've got where's my... I have too many things open. This? No. This? Whatever. Let's open it again. Foolish streamer gets forced to do 3.7 million sit-ups in under an hour. YouTube channel points redeem explodes after 2 seconds. There you go. Exactly. All right, we just did the layer check / save file one. I'm still unsure about the AE card redeem. I'm thinking about that one. I think at this point we maybe just pivot to doing some just armies art in general, because you guys can always shout out stuff. This one that's been in my in my brain for a good while though, so maybe I should just do it, but I don't know. This is kind of just like less interesting stuff to do on stream, I feel like. I have a different idea for the AA card thing, please. I'd love to know. I made this my background. If you can tell. Because I almost think like, I don't know, I'd like to do like events for that kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Like it'd be like create a card contest could be kind of cool. I don't know. Or like something like that. But then again, like I feel like the game's art style is very specific. I guess we could like add other people's art into the game, but I've started to feel kind of protective of it, which is maybe not the right move, but what if you make like a fake AE card based on someone's character idea? Like a sketch commission, but both more detailed if they want. They can add the card to their own deck. Like it isn't a card, actually a card in the game officially. I had thought about that too. And I'm unsure how to feel about that. Because then it takes like a whole stream away from... It would have to be a lot more expensive. So there's two options. One, it's like you have a card sort of like made in your honor. Right? Where it would be like, I want something like, I want a rogue card. And it's like, okay, I'll make a rogue card. And I do that. And then maybe it has some sort of like cheeky reference to your name. Or we do what you're talking about, which is the other idea. So it'd be more expensive, like a lot, right? And it just kind of takes up a stream where I just kind of make a card that you could use in your own deck. Yeah. I feel like having your card in the official thing though feels cooler to me, but otherwise I think like rather than doing like an AE card redeem, just do like a full commission redeem. Not even a commission, but like, you know, you get like a full art rather than a doodle. Where I'll do like an actual finished piece. But I don't know. I need to start committing to some of these ideas though. You know? I feel like I'm like so indecisive with a lot of the stuff. I mean, yeah, I agree, but I assume you're against making a card because someone asked you to. Not really against it. Like, I don't know if I would have ever done like a Iron Golem kind of thing in this game if like Grot hadn't suggested doing something like it, right? So I don't mind doing like things that are different. But like part of me is almost just like I'm doing it anyway. You know? I think that's the biggest thing. It's like I'm already making cards people are suggesting. So having it as a redeem kind of feels... Yeah. I hate you to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like most cards can fit in the game, but with currency that doesn't translate to money, but it still costs time to get. Yeah. No, I take the redeem seriously. Obviously, like if it's gonna take you that much time to rack it up, I feel like it's important for me to give people something worthwhile, you know? Which I feel like even the doodles have been like, I'm not like 100% happy with it, but hopefully the people who get the doodle are happy with it. You know, I feel like I'm still figuring that one out. So maybe even like figuring this one out might be, or doing like a card redeem might be something I just need to think about more. But because let's play it out for a sec. Let's say I just redeem an AA card thing and get to make a card for the official game. Okay, sure. I would probably be like, give me a theme. Like a theme of a card. Theme or concept or like idea for your card. Yo! Checks, bro.
Checks
bro.
Just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you for the Prime, dude. Hell yeah. Hells yeah. Appreciate it, dude. Idea is in visual, right? That's a good question. I think the mechanics would be something like, I think you could give like ideas on the mechanics, but I think the mechanics in the end would be my final say. So you could be like, oh, it'd be cool if it like could, you know, do a sneak attack and it's a rogue. And it's like, okay, we'll have to figure out what a sneak attack is. But yeah, it's more like a conceptual. Yeah, I think the mechanics, I think you're right. I think it probably in that case, I should just make it visual, and then I can personally make the mechanics fit the visuals is probably the best way to go about that. Yo, thanks for the prime, dude. OMG shake. And also a hi, yo. Hells yeah. Okay, so I can't ask for anything that's especially doesn't fit the game. But for the sake of argument, act like I made up a theme that doesn't fit the game well. So you're like, I want a cyborg. Or something, right? Like, I want a spaceship. Right? I feel like then it just has to say, like, yeah, let's go with a cyborg. I feel like in that case, like, it just has to say, like, a fantasy themed character, right? That can be fit in though. I feel like potentially, right? Like you could have like a part like iron golem person, right? I feel like you could make it more fancy. It's just like clockwork robot rather than and I think it just have to be firm with that, right? It's like, I can make you a cyborg, but it's going to be a clockwork robot. Are you okay with that? Otherwise, you can change your idea. Even a fantasy theme could be against the game. This is just for the sake of argument. Do you refund me then? I think I'd work with them, right? Like, I'd just be like I said, I'd be like, okay, if you want a cyborg, I could probably do something like a fantasy clockwork robot. Clockwork, like, human hybrid. But if that doesn't work for you, either I can refund you or you can come up with something else. Is I think how I'd just phrase that. I'd say exactly like that, more or less, because it has to fit the theme of the game. Or assume I find enough idea to make and you do it, but then you end up making the card so broken that you end up having to remove the mechanic attached to the card. I think the mechanic wouldn't be something that would be tied to the card. Like, no matter what, like it's mostly just the art and potentially like some sort of namesake for the card. Like, I don't know, like if you got a card and it's Dingus Mortimus, right? It could be like Mortimus something, right? Like the name of the card. But not everyone would work as like a name specifically, right? So I don't know how that would work. We then try to find the idea that fits the card well enough to keep it in the game. Probably, yeah. I think any card art, I'd have to like just rework the. I mean, because some of these I think are probably broken. Like the Beast Tamer might not work at all. But I will still make this card work, even if the Beast Tamer does. Like, the card art's good enough to make it into something else, right? Because when you try to find a way to put different mechanics on the same art, I think that's definitely what I would do. Also, run as both by you and in my head. I think it's not a bad idea. It's not as bad an idea as it seems. Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm making the cards anyway, so it means that, like, y'all have a little more control over what I'm doing. But I still get to have cards in the game. Like I still get to be doing what I'm already doing, you know, but gives you guys some sort of like whatever. Only bad thing that can come of this is that you have to put restrictions on card types as goes on. Some card types start lacking in numbers, etc. Yeah, I guess like everyone would be like, I want a hero. It's like, okay, well now we have 80 heroes in the game, right? It's like, yeah, I need more structures or spells or lands. No one's gonna be like, I want a flower garden, please, as a land, you know? Which means basically I'll just be working on the other card types, and then everyone would basically be having heroes. Like, as will probably happen in reality too, if people don't commission enough lands. Right, exactly. I think the only other bad thing that could happen is if someone specifically gets really micromanagey about it. I think that's the only other thing I wouldn't like. Where it's like, I start drawing and then they're like, well, make sure it has like, you know, I'm drawing like this, like, oh, put 12 more spikes on it. Oh, do this, like very like backseat arting, which most of you aren't, but I feel like once you have like a commission sort of thing, people might get that way. So I think that would be the only other thing that I would personally be concerned about, is just like, I wouldn't mind making something based on something they want, but if they want something like super specific, that's when it gets to be a problem. I mean, I have some things I could ask for as a land, but I'm sure it's easier to find cool ideas for the other card types. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Worst of the worst, you refund someone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, so I could make this a redeem. I don't know exactly what I would charge for it, but I think it's definitely like an option. And I don't know how many people are like, yes, I want that. Like, how many people want this idea over a doodle, you know? Could be a milestone stream. That could be cool too. I would want that. Okay, that's one. Maybe Adonimus would finally spend his points. I know he's lurking. That's why I'm calling him out. I want both, but the card is a little more valuable in my opinion. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like I got enough points to do either. There you go. Doodles are always on the screen, so I think it's a little more valuable. Well, the only doodles that are on the screen are a little... I need to come up with a name for these little guys. The little small ones are on screen. We do have two other doodles that have been redeemed that have not been on stream. Or on screen, rather. Or two or three? Two. We've got the one that... For some reason, Toot wanted a circus robot, and I drew this one. So he's not on stream. And then Fig asked for a Venus flytrap demon thing, which didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but it was a bigger piece, so. But these little, like, orb guys, like the little small ones, those I put on stream because they're small enough to go on there. So like some of the small ideas I think end up there, but I don't know. Will they be there forever? I don't know. But there are also like you have to dream small with the doodle for it to end up on the thing for forever. So at some point, there's going to be too many to fit on there. Yeah. At that point, like, I'm going to convert my wall to, like, the art wall or something, because that is something I want to do too. Because that was funny when I put the sock on the wall. I still meant to make a short of that, like a short video of that. I like half edited it and then never did it. One day my Rat Mafia litter will be up there. There you go. But also, like, I don't know if I want to put like my own art on my wall. I feel like I'd rather put y'all's like y'all's art. Maximus Bean and many other things might fall, but the Turnip King will never fail. True. I do want to make a beet, like an actual beet, not a turnip, in that style. It has to be done at some point. I feel like you don't want to put my art on any wall. I would love to put your sock on my wall. That sounds weird. Why does that sound weird? Do you guys? Well, it's too unrelated. We'll talk about it later. What if there's a way to create a card by having the chat vote on different aspects of the art? Could be interesting. Yeah, I mean, usually I try to be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? Like a lot of time I'll ask, but I probably should do more polls because it kind of drives engagement more. Rather than me just kind of being like, what do you guys want? Cheap viewers on stream, boo. Denied. That's a cool idea. We already talk about art, yeah. That could be part of the card game collab stream. Yeah, I mean that was something I also mentioned to Anonymous, is like doing like a card art, or not a card art, but like just like a collaborative art stream. I was thinking like, you know, one person does a sketch and the other person finishes it or something like that, or someone does line art and someone finishes it. You know, that kind of thing I think could be cool as just like a stream idea. Like we decide on Kopesh. Kopesh? I don't know what that is. And not the other thing for the card that was on screen 2 seconds ago. Wait, I forgot to say this earlier. Some of my feedback for thumbnails, I think the Black Ridge and especially the RNG video have the best thumbnails. So that's the interesting part about that. I did use AI for inspiration on those. I like generated something and then I'm like, okay, that's kind of a cool layout, and then I did it. I think a lot of people thought it was AI and therefore didn't click on it because they have some of the lowest click-through rates of all my thumbnails. But I also agree with you that they look the best. So I don't know, you know? I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's not AI. I drew everything. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's inspired by, like, I didn't use AI to make it, right? I looked at, like, I did an AI thing for the composition. I said, okay, this looks good. Let me draw it with my stuff. And then it just, you know, whatever. What if you're artificially flavored? That's, you never know. It could be. That just kind of makes me want like blue raspberry something, you know? Just like a artificially flavored blue raspberry candy, you know? Okay. Should we just do that redeem then? Should we make that right away? We can either do that or we can just work on another armies card, but I guess we're here. Let's just get all the redeems done and then we don't have to do it for another like month. Right? Why is everyone so worried Al will take over our jobs? Classic Al. No, there's no artificial blue raspberry. That's all. It's wait. There's no non-artificial blue raspberry. That's all not real for true. He's just one guy. Why is Al doing it? What's up with Al, you know? Okay. What do you think this icon for this redeem should be? Like just me holding some armies cards? We already have like a lot of Al Yankovic can't take my job. He's welcome to take my salary. Oh, he can take your job. That's fair. Jacob, yo, hi, first time I've been back for a while. Yeah, it's been a minute. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. What are you up to? What's been going on? I've asked you a ton of questions. I'm just bombarding you. You just got here and I'm just bombarding you with questions. Or should I have my icon be my new me? Yeah, what are you doing with? Are you doing with the game? No. Right now we're I'm assuming that's now. Just responding with Sir Beetleton. Yeah, this is the thing I made for on last stream. You can turn off the helmet. There you go. Now you can tell it's me. My signature eyebrows. Right now we're working on some redeems for Twitch. We're adding some more functionality so we can have more user interaction, more viewer interaction, maybe is the right thing to say. But as far as the game goes, if it's been a while, we've been working on a lot of cards for the beta, because we're kind of leaning into the whole deck building aspect. I wanna do more with that. So, and then have some pre-made decks to play with, because that's like one of the biggest critiques I've gotten from playtesting. People want like a pre-made deck rather than trying to use the entire deck. So I don't know. I think either way is fine, but I think it'll be a fun like 2.0 update kind of deal. Just have the whole deck building aspect come in. So yeah, and then I'm also making a how to play video, so that will be out hopefully soon. I don't know. It could take a while. We've been talking about how long it takes to make my videos, so that's also a whole thing. But yeah, lots of work being done. I think I'm gonna use this for the redeem because why not? I made it, right? I'll have me and I'll be holding up some cards. Maybe I'll be holding my helmet. I don't know. It's been a CIA agent. There you go. You guys keep finding it, huh? All right, push-up time. We already did we're gonna alternate back and forth. I'm glad you guys like it. There we go. Uh-oh, what do we get? Unleash the Bald. Perfect timing. I won't wear my hat. I don't know if I did 4 or 5. Did it. Oh, he's redeeming the whole gambit. Oh. So, oh, actually, I should use this. Well, I could. I don't know. That works. Okay, push-ups, done. Unleash the bald, right. Don't put my hat back on. Done. Hydrate. Cheers. Got speed run. Check. Posture check. Double the posture check. Sure. I will be extra unslouched. Sorry, I did that better last time. There you go. Yo, Fig. What's up, dude? More water. Quick, everyone name your favorite Armies Against Entropy card. Go. Because I'm going to put 3 of them in my hands. Abyssal Overseer. Okay. That's actually good call. I like that one. Oh yeah, I guess people could do enemy cards too. And Container's not one of them, Fig. Endling. I was thinking more player cards, but we could also do those. What am I even doing? Armies Against Entropy. Cards. Beast Tamer. There you go. Who would have expected that? Actually, I don't think I have that card downloaded. I'll take Beast Tamer though. Download it. These are gonna be like 4 pixels big, so it doesn't really matter, but now you know you were a part of something, you know? All right, I need one more. Preferably a player card. I will put the Abyssal Overseer in here, though. Human Tamer. It's a beast that tames humans. It's a good next card to draw. That would be funny. We did try taking over player cards as monsters, and it just did not work out well. Well, yeah, well, I think I could see it working now potentially, but I'll remain silent. I'll have to think about that one. I could see it working now. I have like better ideas on it. It seems like one of those ones that could just break the game completely, but it's like called swarm card. Abyssal Horde was the original one that we tried to do that with and just didn't work. But I think If it's not trying to copy units, I think it might work, but instead takes a player card to the other side of the board and then uses the attack order of the monster that took it over, I could see that potentially working. Necromancer? Sure. It breaks the game anyway, or at least it did. Yeah. What's it called? The card I'm trying to think of. Read my mind, please. Oh, Necromancer. Gotcha. Yeah, we can do Necromancer. Also kind of like a pet class card. Yo, Sean the Pawn. Welcome back. Honestly, all these just need to go above there. Do this. Go big. Oh, maybe not that. Or do I do this on? Do I do the link pose when you find an item? Do 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 do. On. Hold. Nah, it doesn't work as well. Just compositionally. Cool. You should make some simplified card assets. In what way? In what way do you mean? Well, maybe we'll do the, do I have the star eyes in here? I don't. You should do it like you're using them as a fan on a hot day. Cards just don't fit in with the simple character. Oh, I mean, this is just for redeem. I'm not really too worried about it. I get what you're saying though. The cards are too detailed, but this is also going to be like this big, you know? I agree with you, but for this, I'm not super worried about it. Part of it is they don't have like a... I composed a rap called Gimme Your Money, and it's very unique. Nice. This is the best one. Best one what? A rap? Wait. Glow effect behind the cards. Yeah. I can see that. I need... Where's my eyeball glow here? Here. I'm gonna copy these. I figured I'd give them a not a glow, but a stroke. Or honestly, well, if we do dissolve, and that's not what I want to do. Pass it down. Or if that guy does it. It's one of those things where I'm doing more work than I really need to. That's okay. Create custom path. I'm gonna create stroke path. Okay. Delete path. Yes. There you go. Now it has line art over it. Honestly, this is probably fine. Oh, art piece. This one. Yeah, that one's good. That one's fun. Question. Do you think Roblox is going to die out? No. I mean, eventually, probably, but also probably not. I hope not. I've got stock in Roblox. I bought them on the. Bought some stocks. It's gone up like an absurd percentage since I bought it. Not that I've really made money on it, but it is funny. It was kind of like a joke stock I bought. Until a similar but better platform emerges. I mean, a lot of like games now like just kind of last forever, you know? I feel like you think League of Legends would be dead by now, but it's still going. Like World of Warcraft's still going. You know, it's not as like a lot of the stuff isn't as popular as it used to be, sure, but things just don't die as much as they used to, especially when they get that big, you know? I don't know if you'll even see the mouth, but we're gonna put it there. There we go. Good enough. I wonder if there is Han, just to humor the this being being too detailed. Can we it's like we basically need to like posterize it, but I don't know how to actually do that. And like we could do not pointilize. We want. I'm just curious. This is like totally unnecessary, but what displays polar coordinates? Oh no, that oh that's funky, huh? Interesting. I have. What's crazy is that it got more players than Steam, in which these times though been by or suit by law by my interesting. Never actually played it, admittedly. You think it'll be like Fortnite where it's still going strong, have all kinds of like default game. I mean, the thing is with like a lot of those games is they do kind of ebb and flow, right? Like Fortnite was the most popular game for a while, and then it died out, or like didn't die out, but it got like overshadowed by Roblox and some other games, and then eventually it kind of came back. So it's like it kind of ebbs and flows. I haven't played Silk Song yet. I have not. Grot in the server has been, but I have not personally. We're about to hit an ad. I'll read maybe one or two of these, and we're gonna be adified. Forgot to ask this, but has anyone here seen Amazing Digital Circus? You did ask about that last time. I have not. Is it good? Should I? Okay, yeah, we're hitting an ad. I'll be back in 3 minutes, so be right back. Ever wanted to make a board game but felt completely overwhelmed by how much work it takes? Hi, I'm Nathan, and today we're going to be discussing what makes a good stat system. We'll be going over examples of what makes a good and bad stat system in both tabletop games and video games alike, along with how I implemented these concepts into my game Soul. To start, what am I talking about when I say stat system? I'm talking about games that have base stats that affect your character at a core level, such as strength, stamina, agility, intelligence, etc., and so on and so forth. These stats in turn affect a character's ability to perform actions directly or often indirectly by affecting other stats that in turn affect their actions. It's all very complicated. Dungeons and Dragons is a great example, with the primary stats affecting each skill, giving them bonuses. For instance, someone with a high intelligence also gains a bonus to their arcana. So, now that we're on the same page, what makes a good stat system? Well, to answer that question, I like to answer another question. Does a game even need a stat system? No, it doesn't. Next question. No, but seriously, they don't. But they do help add character diversity to a game at its base level. When originally making Soul, there was some debate whether we should have a stat system at all. At the time, I was taking a lot of inspiration from U-Realms Live, which had no core stats. This sort of game allows for a lot of freedom and simplicity. In U-Realms' case, a character was built solely on their cards in their hand, with no stats to affect their dice rolls. This meant a character couldn't excel at anything that wasn't listed on their cards. Conversely, a game with a stat system allows a character to have innate strengths and weaknesses. For example, Dungeons & Dragons allows a character with high strength to deal more damage with their melee weapon compared to a character that doesn't. So is it better to have a stat system than not? Well, it depends on its integration into the game, which is also the answer to our question of what makes a good stat system. A game with a well-integrated stat system allows it to influence the entirety of the play experience, while allowing for each stat to be just as important as the others. Let's take a look at a game that failed to have a good integration of its system to see what I mean. Diablo 3. Diablo 3 has 3 core stats: strength, dexterity, and intelligence. These stats granted damage for each of their respected classes and were called primary stats. For example, Monk's primary stat was dexterity, and Wizard's was intelligence. Each of these core stats will grant defensive stats as well, such as strength granting armor, dexterity granting dodge chance, and intelligence granting resistances. This is all pretty standard for a game like this, but the real problem arose in the actual application of these mechanics. Due to it granting both damage and damage reduction, having a primary stat for a class was just much better, rather than just obtaining damage reduction from a secondary stat. Additionally, many types of damage reduction could simply be found from other sources such as items or abilities. To further accentuate the problem, the game was built around the importance of killing enemies as quickly as possible, making more damage the clear choice over defense. Your enemies can't kill you if they're dead. This clearly made your primary stat the logical choice. Whenever an item would roll with a different stat, it felt underwhelming, and would often lead to the player re-rolling the stat or not using it at all. Eventually, an update to the game made it so items no longer rolled without your primary stat, making core stats effectively useless. At this point, they may as well lumped all the stats together into a single stat that grants you damage and defense. The biggest takeaway from this example is that each of the stats should have uses for every character. Obviously, they try to do this with various damage reduction stats, however, they ended up not being as useful as a character gaining benefits from their primary one. But you might be saying, this is how games have been made for years. Each class has a stat they specialize in. A warrior specializes in strength, a rogue with dexterity, and a wizard with intelligence. The problem with this system is that if you only base a character around one of these stats, you'll never get interesting characters like a battle mage with a sword in one hand and a spell in the other, or a pirate with the nimbleness of a rogue and the strength of a warrior. Definitely not trying to knock the game because I've put way too many hours into it. Look what I found. Look at his little foot. Little beans. Not even someone. Yeah, divine cat. She's not happy about this. Not. She doesn't hate it, but she also would prefer to not be held like this. Yeah, she's not purring. Okay. Oh. She like. She like. I set her down, but then she like kind of launched and almost did a backflip. You okay? Yeah, she's fine. Also, we're way over on that. That's the hat. Anyway. What a cutie, huh? Okay, I think this is it for this. Oh, wait. We were trying to do a funny effect just for the giggles. I'm actually way behind on chat. Let me see. Oh, God. I'm so far behind. I've heard a Silk song was like way too hard, and then I suck at gaming. Okay, yeah. That's kind of... I don't know. Metroidvanias aren't really my thing, but I do love the art of the Hollow Knight series. So maybe one day I'll just give it a try anyway. These speedruns, but I haven't bought it myself yet. Yeah. Need to play Hollow Knight first. Yeah, same. I also need to play Hollow Knight. Did 2 damage instead of 1, so it will be much harder from Hollow Knight. Oh, gotcha. So good. Oh, that's yeah. She filmed through on Circus. Can't find anyone else who's seen it though. I've heard a lot about it. I thought you said you were unsure whether it was like you started watching it. I think you were unsure last time you asked about it. So interesting to know. I mean, it's one of those things I've seen like a lot of like fan stuff about. You know, definitely got a cult following. So I've been interested in checking it out, but I'm unsure, or I was unsure, but something I would check out. I want to kind of skim through this because I'm scared for the characters. Uh-oh. Interesting. Luna, fun chat. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. The show. Do you have Luna reference in AE or not? If not, add one now. We do. I want to say we had 2, but the one that I can think of right off the bat is the Voidling, which is the new... I literally have it open here. Oh, wait, no, I don't. The Voidling is a Luna reference. This one here, which is just eyeballs and a mouth, but it is a Luna reference. So, and of course, you know, black cats are considered void cats, so I thought it was fitting. That's our Luna reference. Of course, it's an enemy, so you always feel bad killing them, but, you know, minions always come back, so. Fun fact, Luna comes from the Greek word Luna for the moon. Yeah. Or lunatic comes from the Greek word Luna for the moon. Yeah. Because people... Lunar, the god of... There you go. Just a cat in the shadow. Yep. Indeed. But yeah, this redeem is good enough. Well, hey, Han, let's see. I just want to stylize. Wrote the not oil painting. It gets all weird. It really needs to. Is there not like a posterized? I never know how to say it. I guess it's posterized, right? Is there not a filter in here anymore? I'm not sure if any of you would know, but I kind of just want to know now, you know, like one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter at all, but you're kind of like, is this doable? Posterize. Image adjustments. Posterize. Image adjustments. There. Levels. Oh, that is not how I thought that would work. Yeah, it's not exactly how I was hoping it would be. Well, never mind. Anyway, it's good enough. Doesn't matter. I guess the one other way to do it would just be like a blur. But that doesn't really look good either, so anyway. I have to try one more thing. It's mostly just out of curiosity. Mosaic. Oh, that's that kind of mosaic, not. There you go, it's perfect. Okay, we're done. File, save. Let's get to something that's actually like useful. AAE hard. Like I said, I don't know if we're getting to well, honestly, we could kind of just work after we're done with this, but we get some extra work done. It does get late fast, but there's no real reason I have to go to bed right away. I'm watching Young Sheldon tonight. I do not know what it's about, but I got a recommendation. Ah, I see. That's the Big Bang Theory, like, spin-off. Am I mistaken? Or is that correct? Because my problem with the Big Bang Theory is the excessive use of laugh track. I'm okay with a laugh track, but man, if you use it every 2 seconds, it's hard. That's rough. It's like, hey, how's it going? Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's pretty good. Ha 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 ha. It's like, okay. I was already 2 hours. Yeah, right. Time flies. I was on the board and stumbled across a website I wish I never knew. Should I link it? I don't know. As long as it's safe for work. I clipped you earlier, by the way. Uh-oh, what do you clip me for? Can you share the clip when you do it? I miss it. No, it's just not there. Never mind, decide not to. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm kind of unsure how to feel about links. Like, obviously linking stuff is fine, but at some point I'll probably have to turn off linking permissions. That kind of depends on how big I get, though, you know? At our current rate, it's not a great, you know. We're kind of where we're at. We're not really We haven't gained any like substantial number of followers anytime recently, so the videos definitely help with that the most so far, I've found, which is pretty much from what what I understand from any of that stuff. So is how that kind of works, but you know, here we are. Yeah, sorry, absent-mindedly close the window. You're fine. Should do more TikToks. Yeah, honestly, I probably like more of the like stream what is it called? Like the sort of stream snapshot kind of things. Like funny moments on stream. Although we don't really have like a ton of those. I feel like a lot of it's like just more discussions and like it's not like a quick like, oh, I can cut this up and it can be like a quick little like thing. It's like usually me going like, oh, maybe we should do this, or what if we do the skill like this, which is probably like, I don't know if it's exactly how we should be running streams, or if we should be doing stuff more I don't know if I should be doing more events like our art stream and stuff like that. Maybe we'll try that again soon, even if we don't reach a follower goal. I don't know, or maybe it's just more fun if it is at a follower goal. I don't know. It's safe for work, but it's not very mature. I never wanted to remember it, but it's like that with weird stuff. One more follower to go. Yeah, we're at almost at 130, which is cool. But I don't know how I feel about follower goals. Like it's the problem with follower goals is like I feel like trying to get people to follow is what a meaningful accomplishment. I mean, it's cool, but like I feel like followers don't necessarily mean that much if they're not active chatters, and also like not something y'all can accomplish, right? Like it's not like you could just go and like talk to your friends and be like, hey, join the stream, follow the stream, whatever, right? But like going around and just like pestering people to like follow is not necessarily something I want either. So it's just like it kind of all just feels like meh. The only reason a follower goal would be good is if I had it on screen and then people came in like, oh, that sounds cool. A streamer, you get to draw, or you draw anything I want. That sounds fun. You know? I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. Raids were you made to get followers for others to follow you. Raids are more, honestly, they do help with that, but they're not really for that. You know what I mean? Like I do get follows, but they don't really bring any viewership. And also it's not really something where I want to go into someone's stream and be like, hey, follow me, right? You kind of just have to like hit the right tone, right? Like someone like you go into someone's stream and they're like, you know, they will go, oh yeah, I'm making a co-op board game, and they're like, oh, that's sweet, let me, you know, I'll follow you back, and then they shout you out and a few people come over, right? That's like 2 followers, you know, usually. It's pretty like I've said before, it's like pretty bad form to like just be like, follow me, you know? People don't like that really, unfortunately. But honestly, it's just about like making friends and stuff. Anonymous has brought up a good point too about like it should just be like a collaboration streams could help too, because then you can kind of combine your audience, which is kind of basically what a raid is. It's like like a microscopic collaboration, right? It's like, oh, I'm on your stream for half a second. You can look at my stuff, I look at your stuff. Cool. But having like a full stream where their viewers are watching, my viewers are watching their stuff, you know, it's mutually beneficial. But I think arguably the best thing to do is be posting more videos where more people can be brought in, you know, for other reasons. Or not, but for other reasons, but I can't talk sometimes. More people be brought in by just like seeing what I do, right? Okay, how much does this cost? Hear me out. We collab by drawing and crocheting at the same time. Same thing at the same time. That could be cool. I'd be down. I'm trying to like reach out to people too for like play testing and stuff. I think that would be good. Me and Adonimus are gonna do like a collab stream where you know, he does, or like where he plays armies. It feels a little weird to me going like, hey, come join my stream where you can play my game. Like it feels like mostly advertisement for me. But yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this redeem too. Because I don't want it to be like specifically like I make you an Armies Against Entropy card. Should make it read where for bucket of water yourself. Good. All right, we got push-ups and sit-ups. Do it. Do it. Do what? A water bucket over myself. I have hardwood floors. I can't ruin those. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It'd be more like 100,000 if I did that. Okay, we got another posture check. I will do the push-up, sit-ups in half a second. Actually, let's just do them now. Another hydrate. Hydrate. Oh, another third hydrate. Thank you. Put the water in your head. Y'all are insane. Okay, another hydrate. Snooze. Snake goose. Okay. Let's do, what did I do last time? Push-ups or sit-ups? Push-ups, right? But guess who's gonna come join me? All right. Just trying to get the full gambit. Light it up. Come here, kitten. Come help me. Sit on my toes. Sliding. Hi. I think that was it. I may have done, I don't know. I think that was it. I wasn't counting. But I did a few with the cat, so it's a little different. Okay, gotta go. All right, Sean the Pawn. See you later. Bro, don't steal my fire. That's my special move combo attack. Hydrates for every other thing. You can only do one per video without my permission. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Imagine a brand new viewer comes in right now and their eyes are full of hope watching game making. There you go. Imagine you guys do like 30,000 hydrate redeems and then you make me do sit-ups and I just vomit everywhere. Imagine that. I think it's slightly too many sit-ups. I think I might change it to 20. It just takes too long. That's when you get bits. There you go. Power up your channel point redeems. Why are stream viewers so sadistic? They're like, I want to watch you throw up. It sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna do 15. It just takes too long. I don't want it to be like a whole thing. 20 is like an actual workout. Well, let's do 20. We'll go in between. We'll give myself an actual challenge, but 25 just seemed like too many. There we go. We're here for a show, man. True. Why not? Also, it will attract more sadistic viewers. I guess so. I don't know if we want more sadistic viewers. Wait, I'm not supposed to put this back on yet. Okay. Make an AE. I will make an AE card in your honor based off of your suggestion. That was definitely. What is it saying is wrong? Based on your suggestion, keep the idea within the keep the idea within the fantasy lore of the game. I'm trying to decide if this should be exponential growth. I don't care about growth if it has bad people. That's me being serious about it. I know you're joking, but like if like the community is full of like annoying, like mean, bad people, I don't care about growing. You know, I'd rather foster like a community that has like that is good, you know? Does that make sense? Rather than just get some mods. I probably should, but I think so far we've done okay. Why do you ruin my toxic dreams? Yo, peanut butter, what up, dude? Most average peanut butter. Is that just like GIF? GIF? I was about to say, or is it GIF? No, no. That's the most average peanut butter I can think of, but I guess it depends on your country. GIF, yes. I'm doing good. How are you? My voice cracked a little bit. God, how much should this redeem be? What seems fair? I'm trying to decide if it should be more or less than drawing you a doodle. or the same? More? You know, for now, I'm going to make it the same because I can't decide. Because here's the thing. Well, it is a bigger, maybe it should be 20. It's a bigger art thing, but I'm doing it anyway, right? I'm already making. Yeah, you're right. Well, it's more of a suggestion than. I should probably make sure I can say, I reserve the right veto any idea. Do you reserve right? Come on, finish your spell check. Sometimes I hate Grammarly. It doesn't really work that well. Also probably stealing all my data. Do not eat me. I will. Wait, Han. I got lost. Average is usually my favorite flavor. Tired. Sorry to hear that. I mean, I'm also tired. I mean, I guess it's getting late, right? I don't know where you're located, but it is getting late. Don't eat me. I will severely allergic to tacos this Tuesday night and 9 p.m. in October and 2030. Wait, I will make you I see. That sounds like a reason not to eat you, you know? So I'm not gonna eat you, but I'm like still gonna eat tacos on October 2030. True. It's very oddly specific time to be allergic. Anyway, we'll keep it 20. I think it could be cheaper, but just because I'm already making armies cards regardless, so it doesn't necessarily need to be more expensive. Whereas a doodle can be about anything you want, but we'll make it more expensive for now, and we'll maybe figure it out later. Maybe reduce the price. Who knows? Let's add this in here. What do I call this? Make an A card. Okay. We do want this to like these. And then we also want to do these. So you're telling me there's a chance? What that says. Save changes. Okay. 25,000 people can make reasonable events. Yeah. And you'll be allergic to tacos forever. That sounds terrible. I mean, I feel like of all things, I probably could be okay with being allergic to tacos, but I'd rather not be, you know? I don't like typically. No, I guess I have tacos a good amount. I haven't had them in a while. I think I had them too much, and then now I'm like, you know, have them less often now. But should get back into making tacos more often. Anyway, I didn't mean to close that. What are we doing now? We've got 25 minutes. I'm kind of tacoed out right now. We got 25 minutes. I could start an armies against entropy thing. We could do any sort of art of some sort. We could, I don't know. I guess probably just doing a card would make the most sense, but Chipotle. We're not doing a Chipotle. We still have 2 elemental axolotls to make. I don't think we have enough time to make I've been trying to figure out what to call the earth and air axolotls. Because we got the hodlotl, we got the waddleotl. I was like rockalockle, but that doesn't, I don't know. That one's okay. How do you feel about AI art when it's actually good? My only qualms with AI art is the ethical use of it, which would be taking artists' images and using them for training data without their permission. The art itself, I think, is like a lot of time is very good. So yeah. It can look very samey, but I still think it can actually be good. Did you just have a stroke? Did I? Rockalockle? Geomander. Geomander's pretty decent. Big old thumbs down for me. Like, Geomander is good, but I don't feel like it doesn't feel right for the Rockalockle. Anyway, I'm gonna get some more water. Give me half a second. I use ChatGPT sometimes for stuff, though. They asked it for help me figure out what to crochet this weekend. It's great for ideation, I think, in general. But I don't necessarily think I was writing a book with an AI cover. I mean, I think that's probably fine. I think, you know, other people will have like a stigma against it, because most people, not most people, but a lot of people are against it. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't really get rid of how other people feel about it is the biggest thing. I personally think it's probably okay. It'd be nice to, like, you know, artists need jobs, you know, but, you know, I loathe AI assisted writing. However, yeah, it can be pretty bad. It depends on what you're doing. Like, for my rule book, it was great because it just needed to sound like that. It doesn't need to sound like, you know, actually like good writing. it needs to sound like professional, which is what a lot of those are trained off of. Is like more what's it called? You know, more documentive writing kind of stuff, but yeah, when people claim it's theirs and whatever, yeah. Breathe, Jacob. True, breathe. It's okay. I think that's kind of the thing though, right? Like if you're a writer, you're obviously going to dislike AI for writing, right? Whereas artists are going to dislike AI art for arting, right? So I think it's kind of like a, you know, that sort of thing. Although you're disliking it because it's bad, right? Not because it's stealing your job, which is, you know, a different concern, you know? But more of a better concern for you. It is good. Yeah, I mean, it can't, yeah. I mean, it can be good. Sometimes it's not. All that depends, right? How it's prompted and all that kind of stuff. It's literally its own industry is like prompting AI, right? Like there are people who get jobs for being good AI prompters, which is wild. It's just, I can find a job with AI, yeah. I mean, I can create some impressive, but there are usually flaws in them. Yeah, there's flaws or, you know, continuity errors. Usually that's the biggest thing with AI is it's bad at continuity. All right, we're gonna start drawing something. I don't know if we're gonna finish it. What do you guys think we should draw? We probably should pull from the list so we're not doing anything too crazy. We did have an idea for like a Magic Academy card. I feel like that could be kind of fun to do. Rocco, man. We're not doing a one of the allotals. Not today. That'll be a I don't know. It'll be another time. I am a fan of those, but we should do a little more. Does Twitch let you like do like a watch party, like you're watching an episode of something? Sort of. Unfortunately, like you can't usually react to like copywritten content. So like if I wanted to watch, I don't know, an episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, that would not work. However, you could cheat, have it streamed on your Discord while you're streaming on Twitch, and so you and your viewers are watch partying it together, and then I'm just kind of sitting here like reacting to it, but you never see the episode itself. Usually that's for a bigger streamer who's gonna have viewers anyway. And then you just people like, it's kind of like whatever, I don't know. It's doable, but it's probably more likely a thing to do in the Discord community if we were to do something like that. Yeah, you're not allowed to have copywritten content. We're gonna well, hold on, let me quickly consult our tabletop simulator for half a second. Magic Academy schedule 1 hour magical combat, 1 hour herbology, 1 hour time. This is the ability. No, I'm not reading all this, but I like your magical curriculum here. I will skim it. I'd go to Magic Academy. I always thought that'd be fun to do like a Magic Academy like D&D session. Or like D&D campaign. But also like it's kind of hard to do the like school campaign, like school mission sort of thing. I don't see second breakfast. I'm out. There you go. I did try to do one like for my sci-fi game for Soul. I did try to do like a school campaign, but the problem is the school part of school stuff isn't the fun part. You know, it's not the classes that are fun. It's everything else that happens. Yeah, and then like 10 billion NPCs. Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, and it's just like everything else but like if you watch a school like anime or something like that, right? Or whatever it is, they're in the percentage of them in the class is almost zero. Why is the Frenzied Marauder here? Oh, you know what? We probably goofed up here. I probably refreshed something and it changed where it should be. Maybe not. Maybe it just wasn't supposed to be there. All right, we do have a slot for a Magic Academy. We're just going to do it. We're going to make it. Harry Potter is cool. Yeah, that's what, like, that's another thing. Like, Harry Potter, like, a very small portion of it's them actually in class, right? Like, how many minutes of all, however many, what, 7 movies? I can't remember how many movies there are. What percentage of that is them actually in class? Hydrate. Thank you. Cheers. Hello, Drake. How are you? Hi, Drake. Get it? It's not funny. What are we doing? Magic Academy. What do you guys think of when you... Yeah, second hydrate. Thank you. Cheers. What do you think of when you think of a Magic Academy visually? Like lots of spires, right? I'm gonna go hydrate now. Gotta go. All right, dude. See you later. We're not gonna get very far on this unless we decide to like keep going. But I don't know. I feel like at this point we're gonna like start losing people. Don't you dare attack me. I don't want to get clawed. Thank you very much. No, that's my carpet. That's my carpet. Keep going. Also, it's like 8%. Do you look it up? Just ask ChatGPT or something. Sure did. There you go. But yeah, you get my point. All right, let's pay attention to ad time. We got 12 minutes till ad. I think you're going to be the only one in here, Fig. That's not true. There's actually like 5 people viewing, but... according to Twitch. I mean, what? Like lots of like little spires, right? Kind of deal. We got like our base building. Kind of a long looking sort of something or other. You not? That's my couch. I feel like it being on a mountain makes sense with our lore. Well, I also don't want to look too much like the church, so I am going to put it on the opposite side. Maybe that seems crazy, but... I'm kind of almost thinking like the Skyrim Magic Academy, you know what I mean? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stand. We're gonna make sure we don't break another HDMI cable though. Because I completely decimated my one last time I did this. The kitten just bolted across the room. Okay. I feel like it needs... What are you doing? What in tarnation? Where do you think the tarnation is? This feels too basic for me. I feel like we need more. More spires. It's synergy with library. Yeah, it's kind of the idea. Is it's gonna have it's gonna be with the magic deck because we're trying to get deck building to be more of a thing. So we'll have something to do with card draw. The perspective on this is like so wonky right now. Didn't mean to do that. Go. You ever start like a project when you're like 75% done, you just lose all interest suddenly? Good question. I feel like it's a very relatable thing to ask, but I'm trying to decide if that is me. Yes. Yeah. I've been like very focused on finishing projects lately, so I feel like wasn't something that I should just expressly be like, yes, definitely, right away. But I have been there. Lately, I've been trying to be good about not doing it. So um so yeah. I'm more of like one to just get overwhelmed by something, which is not great, but how are we feeling about this Magic Academy? Hopefully y'all are seeing the vision. It almost looks too much like a church, though, is my problem. It's kind of like the same flavor of building, you know, but... Beast Tamer is not on the card art section of your website. That is correct. I don't have any of the beta cards on the card art section of my website right now. Mostly because those are locked behind the paywall of Patreon. I need to advertise that more, but I have a beta version of the game, and that is a Patreon thing. I need to make money somewhere at this point. Because otherwise I won't be able to do this anymore. We're already kind of getting to that point to an extent. Not that I'm going to have to stop, but we are getting to the point where I'm going to have to be doing less. Because I'm going to have to work other work. Probably doing like editing jobs and stuff like that for other people. But you weren't here for all of what I was talking about, but I had to kick out my roommate, which means I'm not making any money off of that until I find someone else, which I'm kind of a little bit gun shy about after having to kick him out. And then you know, there we go. But yeah, so it's a whole thing. I need to make money, so that is why that art is not on my website. I would like to be on my website so I could share it, but at the same time, like I kind of need to whatever. I need to focus on a Charizard, Mario, and Dragon. And a dragon and a lot. I need to just finish. Yeah, I feel ya. I've definitely been there. I feel you there. I'm back. Oh my god, Tiff Dip, as Fig would say. Hi, Fig. I love how we rated that person and then they said your name like that. They're like Tiff Dip. Dip. I thought that was funny. I found that entertaining. Okay, what else does a mage's academy need? Besides lots of spires that look like, that make it look like a tower. Because right now I feel like this looks too much like it needs to be more unique, I feel like. Most of the time it gets one solid try and then it's avoided unless they have fun saying it. Yeah. That's fair. I just usually say DDP, right? But I also think Tiff Dip is good. Personally. My fish is watching you. Heck yeah. +1 viewer. I feel like we need to go more more fantasy-y with this. We need to go with the like the curved roof. You know what I'm talking about? It needs to be kind of insane. Kind of look like a wizard's hat, but a tower, you know? think that's working. I don't know how much farther we're gonna get with this because do I have stuff tomorrow? Kind of. Kind of got things to do tomorrow, but I'm unsure. We do another tower over here, like just kind of like a towery sort of tower. You know what I mean? Like a tower, but more. You got me. You understand. Have you tried a tower, but just more? You know? Sometimes you just need a tower, but more. Maybe we have some like smaller buildings as well. Like to kind of sell the like academy sort of feel, you know? I get like some little side buildings, you know? Some buildings right next to a cliff, you know? You know how it is. You run on a magic academy. Sometimes you just gotta have your stuff next to a cliff. Where the magic is. Where the magic happens. Currently using a iPhone 6 Plus, by the way. For what? For watching, for drawing, for crocheting, using an iPhone as a crochet hook. It's my new phone. Nice. I don't even know what generation it is on. Is that old? That's very old, right? That's an old iPhone, yeah. What are we on, like 10? Dude, it has a home button. Yeah, I guess that's old, huh? We're probably in the ad. We're in the ad. I've been bad about the ads this time. I do think we're probably going to be done for now. As much as I feel like I could keep going, maybe. I don't want to get too late and whatever. I think they're on 16 now. I know Fig is impressive, but to use an iPhone as a crochet hook is next level. There you go. New challenge for you, Fig. I believe in you. I don't know how to draw a building on perspective here. I guess I could, you know. I keep saying I'm gonna wrap up and then don't. I can't download like half my apps because my iPhone 6 can only upgrade to like iOS 10 and we're on iOS 26. Why do you have a iPhone 6? You break your old phone or something? I'm cool to raid. I'm gonna look at raid people real quick while we're kind of discussing / still thinking. Yeah. My old phone is cooked. No. Did you buy this phone from somewhere? Or is it just like one you had laying around and you're like, all right, I guess I got to use this one? Or is this like just money tight and you don't want to spend, you know, $1,000 on a phone? Because that's also understandable. Yeah, I'm pulled out of her junk drawer. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I feel like that old of a phone isn't doing you anything. Like it doesn't work, you know? That's not going to help you. It probably works worse than your phone that doesn't work at all. All right, yeah, I think next time we will do the line art for this. Let's take my old Nokia. I don't know. Here we are, you know? What do y'all think of this? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think of the sketch? I'm probably gonna come back to this next time, but I think something like that looks kind of cool, right? It's funny because I follow some people and I have no idea who they are. Like, I'm following all these people, but who are you, you know? Wait, do I know this person? Hold on. Give me a sec. I need to investigate for half a second. This person's art looks like someone I know. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Digging it so far. Yeah. We'll do the line art and color it next time. I think we got to be done. I don't want to be up too late. My dad's going to be in town again. This week. So I do want to get to bed at a reasonable time. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing more work helping my brother at his house, so I probably won't have as much time to work on my stuff. So probably want to see if I can get up early and work on some of that kind of stuff. So what are we feeling? Artists, programmers, what are we feeling? We see if we can find TCG people. We always try, right? We always got to try to see if we can find a TCG person. Anyone making their own game? It's usually a no. But it's always worth a shot, you know? Creating a trading card game. This guy's only been live for 17 minutes. But his thing says creating a trading card game, so we have to do it. Your voice lit up just then. There's hardly any people doing it, so. Another bald bearded man creating a trading card game. All right, we got to do it. All right, anyway. All right, y'all. We're going to leave. We're going to do this. I will be back on Wednesday, or sorry, not Wednesday, Monday. We'll probably finish this art, and then on Wednesday, me and Anonymous are doing a stream where we will be playing armies. So I don't know exactly if we'll play armies and then do something else or what, but we'll at least start with armies. I'm gonna try to do that more. Big, me and you should do something. We'll have to talk, but anyway, let's do it. I have no idea what this guy's like, but he's creating a trading card game. That's all I need to know. All right, see y'all later. Goodbye. Love you. See you later. Goodbye. Farewell. Raid.